A Parent's School Guide. Chapter 1. Parents in Grade School. Parent Involvement in School 1. The best things parent can do are: culture a love of learning atmosphere in the house. Save some money for your children's college aspirations. Let the kid try different things to see what he's interested in. If the kid wants to be an artist or bake cakes, don't push him to go to college. Explain to the kid that there are other options like career colleges that used to be called vocational schools. You go there to learn a practical skill, no bull about artsy-fartsy stuff. After the kid goes to college, butt out. Don't ask to look at the report card. Parents are generally paranoid about their children in school, but you have to know that the people at school are not always right. Sometimes they're too quick to judge a child as LD, special ed, or ADHD. People like me don't even buy into these alleged disorders. No matter what, you're the main authority for your child's education. If you don't like what one school says, go to another one. If worse comes to worse, homeschool the child yourself. Other than that, don't take grade school marks too seriously. As long as the child passes, it doesn't matter, because by the time the child gets to college, everybody is pretty well at the same level. The kid with the highest marks has no advantage over the average kid. They start out in college at exactly the same level. That's when the paper chase for a real career starts. It's really all about finding what interests your child has, then letting him or her run with them. Books about grade school education are at number 371, number 372, number 649.15 or LC 4000 to LC 4900 at the library. Parent Involvement in School 2. Show appreciation for teachers. Approach teachers with a positive attitude. Listen to other viewpoints about your child. Talk to your teacher about the child's strengths, talents, and interests. Attend parent-teacher conferences. Don't pester the teacher. Follow school rules. Attend PTA or parent meetings regularly. Read classroom and school newsletters. Visit your school's website. Know the names of your child's teachers. Read and know your school's handbook. Notify teachers of a serious change in the family like death, loss of a job, etc. Participate in family programs and resources offered at the school. If there's a parents' club, join it. Volunteer for school programs. Talk to your child about school and homework. Know your child's academic strengths and weaknesses. Provide a study area at home. Develop a daily routine for studying. Buy books and software. Watch educational TV shows together. Go to educational places. Get a computer for your child. Questions a parent might ask in picking a school for a child. Does the school have planned activities to assist your child in a positive start to school? Are new students assigned buddies? What are the class sizes, not the same as student-teacher ratio? Does the school allow parents to volunteer in the classrooms or to eat lunch with their children? How does the school deal with bullying? What programs are in place for drug and alcohol prevention? What student support services are available for individual counseling or university acceptances? Do the students look actively engaged in learning? How often will you receive information concerning your child's progress? Are the students happy at school? What is the average time spent on homework? Curriculum. Is the approach child-centered and challenging enough to develop each child's strengths and love of learning? Are the course offerings extensive enough to meet your child's needs? At what age are students offered modern languages? How many co-curricular activities, arts, sports, clubs, community service, are offered? What documentation does the school provide that the curriculum reflects the latest in content? What types of standardized tests are offered and how do the students perform? In the last year, what universities accepted the school's graduates? Does the school restrict students from trying advanced courses? Is the curriculum broadened with best practices around the world, so students can be well prepared for their next school? Is the school a for-profit school? How many years has the school existed? What is the annual tuition and what is included in the tuition? What calendar does the school follow? Consider the impact on your child's transition. How does the school place children? Do they place them according to age only? Do they do placement testing? Do they use incoming transcripts? Is it accredited? What is the reputation of the accrediting institution? Is the campus a safe, supportive, and nurturing environment? What is provided for new students and their parents? What is the feeling or tone of the staff? Are they friendly and professional? Were all questions answered in a straightforward manner with documentation readily offered for claims? Are all the teachers certified, including ESL teachers? What are the expectations for staff about students of high ability, special needs, ESL, other areas? How long on average does the school retain its teachers? What percentage of teachers has earned advanced degrees? What percentage of instructional assistants holds university degrees? Does the school support professional development, so teachers learn and apply best practices? Is time dedicated for teachers to meet as teams to jointly plan curriculum and assess each child's needs? Does the staff seem happy? How long does it take for your child to get to school? Is transportation provided? Does the school provide lunch? Breakfast? What is the cost? Is it included in the tuition? NDSP does not reimburse for meals. Are all facilities state-of-the-art and well-maintained? How are the computer resources and wireless technology in use in the classroom? Will I be required to purchase a personal computing device for my child? If so, what is the cost? Does the school provide different facilities, such as libraries, books, cafeterias, and sport areas for different grade levels? What facilities are open to family members? Children's success in school. Children's success in school is dependent on two things. 1. The natural brain power you were endowed with that has limits but can be increased through a term called brain plasticity, which means that exercising the brain makes it stronger. 2. The degree to which you love, are indifferent to or hate intellectual creative pursuits. The more you love them, the easier it is to learn. Some other factors are supportive parents, siblings, friends, etc. Good classroom atmosphere. Good teachers who love what they do. Basic organizational skills. A desire to succeed. A class or school where it's cool to be a good student and want to learn. Parental involvement. I liked school and I went to a school where we were all middle-class type kids who thought that learning was good. I don't remember any punk asses who purposely tried to sabotage the teacher by acting cynical like they do on some TV shows where they portray a disinterest in school as cool. I went to Catholic public schools. I think Christian schools are better than general public schools because they're really up on education in general, not like public schools where you get losers from loser homes trying to get negative attention by doing stupid things. I believe the school has a lot to do with your formative attitude to education. If you're encouraged, you'll end up like I did. If you're not, you could end up not liking school. Small schools are generally better than the big ones. Browse your State Department of Education website or school board website for information about schools in your area. Charter schools get a good rap because they're created by people who believe in education so much that they're willing to create their own school for it. If you live in a big city, try to avoid the big public grade school for at least a few years. Chapter 2. Help your child do better in school, USDE article. Help your child do better in school. This is an article from Office of Educational Research and Improvement, U.S. Department of Education, Washington, D.C. 20208ed.gov. American children must be ready to learn from the first day of school. And of course, preparing children for school is a historic responsibility of parents. Former President George Bush. Some children do well in school. They learn quickly and remember facts. They catch on. Some don't do so well. They have trouble paying attention. Their grades are poor. Yet they may be as smart or smarter than their successful classmates. Why the difference in performance? It may not be a question of IQ but of behavior and attitude. Research has shown that these qualities affect success in the classroom. Successful students behave in certain ways. They have the right attitude. They're motivated. They pay attention. They've relaxed. They ignore distractions that might interfere with learning. And, when they need help with schoolwork, they know how to get it. None of those things are inborn but they can be learned. And you, as a parent, can help a child learn them. Office of Educational Research and Improvement, OERI, offers 4 steps children can take to become better students. They are for children of all grades. They will sound simple, because they are. But they can make a world of difference to your youngsters. You can teach your children strategies for the 4 steps. Paying attention. Keeping interested in schoolwork. Learning and remembering. Studying. Paying attention. Children can learn the knack of paying attention. Never threaten or order them to pay attention in school as it won't work. Some simple techniques will. They are: using self-talk and positive images. Children can use words or phrases to help control attention. For example, they can tell themselves to keep their eyes on the blackboard while the teacher is writing on it to explain a problem. You can help them practice positive self-talk at home in various situations, when playing a game, helping around the house, or working at a hobby. Help them stop negative self-talk, "It's hopeless," and to be positive about themselves, to say, "I can do it." Positive self-talk might include the slogan, "Quitters don't win and winners don't quit." No more negative images, either. Children can and must learn to see themselves doing well in school. Tell them to picture themselves answering questions correctly in class and feeling good about knowing the answers. Spend time talking with them about their successes, as well as their difficulties. Asking questions. This helps children focus their attention while studying. When reading about World War II, students might ask themselves which countries were our friends and allies. Which were Germany's? Which countries did Germany occupy? You can suggest general questions to a child, such as, "What is this paragraph about? Who did what and why? Is the main point true or false?" Asking questions can grab wandering attention. Setting specific study goals. Your children can set goals that will help improve attention. Ask them to study a lesson until they can tell you the main point of the paragraph. Or solve a specific math problem. Or know specific names, dates, and places mentioned in the text. Discuss each goal. Remember that many small goals, one after another, are better than a single large one. Keeping interested. Learning is a joint effort. Everyone must help if students are to learn. Teachers are responsible for teaching and parents for parenting, but students must realize that no one else can do their learning for them. Children must believe that the hours they spend studying and the effort they put into it make the difference between success and failure. Some youngsters believe other things control success/failure: teachers, basic intelligence, or luck. They ignore their own responsibility. You can help your children accept the fact that their efforts do make a difference. The next time they bring home test results, written comments, or report cards, discuss the reasons why they did well or poorly. Help them relate their efforts to the result. Do reward a child for improvement. Your praise is music to your child's ears. You might consider treats or trips or privileges for special achievements. Do stress the benefits of doing well in school. Some benefits are immediate, such as having more free time, and some are long-term, such as getting a scholarship or an interesting job. Remembering. OERI research has shown that a child's success in school is determined not just by intelligence but by the strategies he or she uses to master many facts and ideas. Understanding a subject doesn't just happen. It takes work. It requires taking an interest in the subject and relating new information to familiar information. Besides teaching the strategies for paying attention, you can help your child use various strategies to remember. You can decide how best to adapt a particular strategy. Here are the strategies. Making inferences. Encourage your children to try to draw conclusions from the material they are studying. When they are reading about an invention, perhaps the telephone, they could consider what people would do without telephones. Building bridges. It helps children to build a bridge between the new and the old, between new information and things they already know. They should look for similarities between the new and the familiar. For example, a child studying our court system could relate the judge's role in settling disputes to his or her own experience with arguments and disagreements. Finding the main ideas. As students listen or read, they must frequently ask themselves, what's the point being made here? By constantly looking for the main idea, they concentrate on learning the important material. This also helps to keep them actively engaged in studying. Categorizing information. Many school activities involve learning and remembering large amounts of information. Sometimes there are long lists of names and dates. When there are many items of information to learn, students should group them in categories. Students in beginning music classes don't try to remember the names and characteristics of every musical instrument but group them: percussion, woodwinds, strings, and brass. Your children should try this technique in subjects ranging from geography to English to math. Studying. Your children need a place to study. Whether you live in a one-bedroom apartment or a sprawling ranch house, you can set aside a study area. It can be a desk in a bedroom or kitchen table. But it must be fairly quiet with good light. Children also need a time for studying. Help your children create schedules. If they set aside time for chores, work, fun, and study on a weekly basis, they can make better use of their time. These schedules should be flexible enough to allow trade-offs and shifts when necessary. Previewing material. Encourage children to begin an assignment by previewing the material, for example, by reading the introduction to a chapter, the headings, and summary. This is like looking at a road map. Here they create a mental map of what is ahead. They complete the map's details when they read the chapter. Reading and thinking. When reading the chapter, they should try to fit details into their mental map. This is the time to use the attention-grabbing strategies: self-talk, positive images, and questions. It helps if they pause before each new section to test their understanding. Using the strategies for learning and remembering, they can ask, what conclusions can I draw from this? How should I categorize the information? Do I see analogies? What are the main ideas? Taking notes. Children can't remember everything they read. It will help them, though, to take notes of the main points. These notes serve as a summary of the most important points. The act of taking them and reviewing them will help the student to categorize the material, understand and remember it. And the notes will help in preparing for tests. Self-testing. Children should test themselves to see what they know and don't know. They can then apply their study time more efficiently to the sections on which they are weakest. You can help by making up test questions, for example, what are the chief food products of the country being studied? Why? Do we use these in our home? Preparing for tests. Encourage your children to prepare for tests by spacing studying over days or weeks. They should make sure they understand the material and relate it to what they already know. They should review it more than once. Cramming the night before is not a good idea, and it is important to get a good night's sleep. OERI's steps to success can help all students from grade school to high school. They can help poor students improve. They can help good students get better. We hope they will help your children. Chapter 3. Parent-school issues. Possible causes of school problems. Any parent with a child struggling academically in school questions the possibility of whether or not their child has a learning disability. If your child continuously lags behind, you might consider a diagnostic evaluation of your child's ability to learn, several tests to try to determine if the child has a learning disability. Most public school systems have guidelines established by the state stipulating when testing is warranted based on a student's inability to perform academically. Check your school board or state board of education website. Be careful though. Many children are mislabeled as having a learning disability, which can make them think they're stupid. There may be other causes for poor academic ability like shyness, stress, a dull home, abusive parents, malnutrition, anxiety attacks, chemicals in food, and even bullying. All public schools abide by specific laws and regulations, which provide special services for children with learning disabilities who qualify for such services. All schools must adhere to a minimum federal standard. If you have concerns or problems that a teacher will not address, follow the chain of command through the school system right to the top, if necessary to get assistance. Keep a file of educational records and assessment information. Join a parent support group in your area. Be careful about accepting what the so-called experts say about your child having a learning disability. Their business is to diagnose children with learning disabilities. That's how they make money, so they're quick to put that label on children, but it's all artificial system knowledge next to who the child is as an individual. He's not someone with a label. He has potential if he's nurtured properly. As far as I'm concerned, they created this massive field of learning disabilities, but the truth is that they don't know what's going on in a kid's head. They have no precise tests to measure children and say that they positively have a certain disorder like they do with medical diseases. A lot of it is fraud, and loads of naive parents and kids fall for it because they think these so-called experts know something advanced when they're really following what amounts to fake, artificially manufactured knowledge. ChildDevelopmentInfo.com, drspock.com. Anxiety in school. The best way to avoid anxiety in school for your kid is to live like an extrovert. Take him around with you wherever you go before he ever goes to school. It also helps if he's got siblings and neighborhood friends. Take the attitude that school will be fun for your child. Teach the child to use a computer and also to not give out personal information over the internet. Encourage the kid to participate in the band, sports, etc. Listen to the kid if he has a problem like people bullying him. Kids are very self-conscious. Get him some decent clothes and ample school supplies. Get an eye exam and dental service. Don't overschedule your child. Let him live his life freely. Culture a love of learning. He has to see it as fun. He has to understand that his life is all about developing himself to reach his full potential. Communities in schools. CISNET.org, Communities in Schools champions the connection of needed community resources with schools to help young people successfully learn, stay in school and prepare for life. Schoolpop.com, help schools raise money for art programs, musical instruments, computer equipment, and more. AEL.org/ERIC/digests, parents and communities in schools. School volunteering info. PARENTS4PUBLICSCHOOLS.com. PPS is a national organization devoted to improving public schools with the help of volunteers. ProjectAppleseed.org, educational resource and advocate for parents and families engaged in the pursuit of life, liberty and happiness in America's public schools. PTA.org, parent-teacher auxiliary. School absence websites. AttendanceWorks.org. Chapter 4. Parents in College. The Empty Nest Syndrome. The empty nest syndrome refers to parents who have raised children who have now all moved out of the house. For some, this is a good thing because it gives them some freedom away from their kids. For others, especially women, it's devastating. They feel lonely and empty without kids around. People get romantic, fall in love, get married, have kids, raise them for about 20 years, then the kids leave, they're fatter, older and dumpier, but you shouldn't get depressed and feel empty. You should be happy that you are free again and continue the romance just like it was before you had kids. When the kids leave, that's the perfect opportunity for you to get to know each other again as a couple. As good parents, you will be well advised to butt out of your children's marriages unless they ask for your help. The secret to a good marriage even after many years is to still treat each other as if you had just met and were doing everything in your power to win each other's heart. The old rituals of courtship and dating never cease, especially when your children have left home and you're alone again. While secure in knowing that the love and trust is there, happy couples take pains to prove it every day. If you watch your health, you should be able to stay sexually active for the rest of your life. Many women are brainwashed into thinking that sex is over at menopause. It's a myth, just like the empty nest syndrome, which asserts that women get depressed when the kids grow up and leave home. There are hormonal changes, but it's all attitude. You're still potentially as sexual as you want to be. Empty nest syndrome is considered a mental illness by some because it leads to serious depression and loneliness. emptinestmagazine.com emptinestmagazine.com/mag/lifechanges.html emptinestmoms.com emptinestsupport.com en.wikipedia.org/wiki/empty_nest_syndrome. Helicopter parents. Helicopter parents are parents that fuss over their kids while they're in college. The child might live home, but often the parent visits the child's apartment, does his laundry, cooks his meals, etc. Parents help teens prepare for college. DoSomething.org/project/college-teen-parents, college for teen parents. eHow.com, teaching your teen to save for college. eSsortment.com/family/parenting advice_sfo.htm, preparing teens for college. Liveastrong.com/video/3017-help-teen-apply-college, help a teen apply for college. Nextstepmagazine.com/nsm pages/article details.aspx article ID =197, 10 things parents can do to help your teen play college sports. ParentsConnect.com, is your teen going to help pay for college? Teen.com/collegeprep/12stpistocollege.html. Terrificlistings.com/home-garden/article 1568.htm. TroubledTeensGuide.com/new-company/college-living-experience. College parents' websites. Some colleges have a section on their websites for parents where they tell them what's going on. collegeparents.org. collegeparents.org/cpa/index.html, College Parents of America. bigfuture.collegeboard.org/get-started/for-parents. pps.collegeboard.com/sma/servlet/independent, electronic newsletters. act.org/path/parent/college/index.html, ACT tips on planning, paying and keeping your child motivated. eCampustours.com/forparents.aspx, eCampusters. Universityparent.com, University Parent. Universityparent.com/guides, online guides. CollegeTipsForParents.org, college tips for parents tips. Talk.collegeconfidential.com/parents-forum, college confidential. Parents.unc.edu